11th episode, Raw after Backlash. The night starts off with a 6-man tag match. Division, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory versus Street Profits and Joe Hendry. Before the match, Paul Heyman cuts a promo distancing the group from Seth Rollins while putting Braun over. Austin gets the mic. He starts trash talking the Street Profits. Street Profits come out by Joe Hendry. Match starts. Great match. Shenanigans ensue. Seth intercepts Braun during his ringside spear, and Montez gets the roll-up pin on Theory for the win. Seth attacks Division after the match while helping Joe and the Street Profits. Division versus the Street Profits for the tag belts at Saturday night's main event on the 23rd.
One thing I'm gonna say about that is I love it and I'm here for it. I want to see Division dethroned because Austin Theory and Logan Paul haven't done a damn thing with them titles. Not only that, Joe Hendry got a hit on his hands with that "Can we fire Logan Paul?" I find myself singing that song when I get sad.
Did you hear the Logan Paul version?
Nah,
It's the same
I'm
tempo and
scared.
everything. It's just we admire Logan Paul instead of can we fire Logan Paul. That's the only difference. I don't know if you saw it, but there's also a video of Jake Paul singing it to Logan Paul.
Can we admire Logan Paul or
No,
fire
can
Logan
we
Paul?
fire Logan Paul?
I ain't gonna lie. I do feel like they trying to cook up some type of a faction, but I don't know if Joe Hendry would fit with the Street Profits and Seth. Because Joe Hendry, he funny. That's a funny dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he got go. And I ain't gonna lie, the way I thought Brian was about to spear Buddy and Seth just came out of nowhere. That was nice. Then he speared, Hawkins, and Montez came in on some Saudi stuff like, yo, get out of here. We don't need you. I kind of believe that first segment was a chef kiss on how you start off Monday Night Raw.
Going into the next match, Rusev versus Javon Evans. Before the match, Penta comes out. He calls out Ethan, and they go back and forth for a little bit. Rusev comes out, and he's also soon followed by Javon Evans. Then we get the match, Rusev versus Javon Evans. Rusev pushed Javon pretty far and made him work hard for the win.
We're not gonna act like Rusev not that boy. I feel like Rusev was supposed to win last night, but I honestly glad that Javon won because now Javon is a real threat for the Intercontinental title. Not only is he a real threat for the Intercontinental title, but it goes to show that Javon's no pushover because, the new crowd might look at Rusev as a pushover, but Buddy is nowhere near that. You give him time, you give him the proper people, he can put on a good match. What you think?
I think this was one of Javon's roughest matches, second only to him versus Ethan at NXT Battleground, I think it was. When
Oh,
he
you talking
did
about
the
when he
chair
ripped his
spot?
mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, I just caught a chill thinking about that spot.
So then we go into the next match. Before the match, Asuka says goodbye to Io backstage. Then we get the match, Io versus Sol Ruca. The ending sequence of the match was absolutely crazy. Io wins.
I love the match. I love the athleticism we saw from Sol Ruca. I love the expertise we saw from Io. It was that, I don't know. To me, that's a contender for match of the night because they didn't disappoint. I felt like I was watching a wrestling video game watching them too.
Yes. We got a little bit of everything in this match. Good reversals, some extremely high risk, high
Reward
reward
situation.
with the cartwheel on the rope into the DDT that she's been doing for the past couple months now. I remember when she first broke out that bad boy, I was like, oh, she must have been took notes from Jack Cartwheel.
Man.
Yeah, I said the name. You on the Evolve.
Man.
Man be hitting cartwheels like crazy. And all types of weird ass positions. I ain't never seen nobody hit cartwheels like that.
But I will say this, though, that loss to me don't mean that she lost last night because, bro, she got showcased too hard
in
last night.
spite of Becky Lynch backstage laughing her face saying that she lost to Io Janetti.
That's gonna be so good when Soul get that Intercontinental title.
Snatch her soul real quick.
Because that's what they setting up for the women's division. They setting up, I believe they setting up Becky versus Soul. And I was saying that's the only reason I believe that she took that L last night, storyline wise.
You know what I want to see now that you said that? I want to see Soul versus Becky in a regular match on it don't have to be next week, but within at least the next 3 weeks in a regular match, her win, and then at Clash in Paris, we get a triple threat with Soul, Io, and Becky.
Oh, you trying to see a 5-star classic, huh?
Listen, I'm trying to see something. So then we head into the next match. Oba Femi, open challenge. Oba drags Angel and Berto from backstage for the challenge after Adam Pearce informs Oba that it might be canceled due to no willing participant. Oba wins.
That was one of the funniest segments I saw in a long time. Obafemi, him displaying his comic side is making me want to see him as a champion.
I heard talks and I saw some fantasy book and people want to see Sheamus come out and and do the open challenge.
I would love that. That would be a banger. If
Considering people don't want to.
Sheamus, I was not to cut you off, but if Sheamus was to come and put over, bro, people wouldn't have no choice but to say Obafemi is undeniable at this point.
But I'm still hoping we get Oba versus Drew McIntyre.
I want Oba versus Drew McIntyre at like a SummerSlam or a WrestleMania. I wanted it or a Survivor Series. I want it somewhere like a big event. I don't really care for it to be on a filler pay-per-view because I don't feel like they'll show their ass the way they need to. Like if it's a SummerSlam or if it's a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, or shit. I really want to see it at WrestleMania, to be all the way honest.
The only reason why I think it would have to be the open challenges because, like, maybe there's a different way they could set it up, but I think the them popping up at the open challenge is just the easiest way to get it out there and out of the way, or better yet, have somebody else come out during the open challenge and then have somebody come out and make him lose.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I'll be mad because the streak would be ended, but I'll be satisfied depending on the quality of person that decided to stick their head in and do what they did.
See, this the thing with me with Obafemi, and I can't express this enough with people. It's not about wins and losses with me anymore. It's about, can you put on a good show? Can you entertain me? And I'm gonna be honest, some of the scenarios, especially this one, some of the other ones, and some of the other scenarios we didn't talk about, period, these would be good scenarios for him.
Because we'll get a good match and both Sheamus, Drew, pure entertainment.
And let's be real, anytime you get Sheamus and Drew in any storyline, it's gonna be a banger, bro. Hell, I'm to the point I want to see Sheamus, I want to see Drew, and I want to see Oba go at it in a triple threat. That would be one hard hitting triple threat, bro.
Book it, Paul. Main event: Dom versus OG Americano for the AAA Mega Championship. OG took a crazy bump off the post at ringside. Another match with an insane ending sequence. Shenanigans ensue. Dom wins.
I'm gonna be honest, this is one of my most favorite matches for two reasons. It shows why Dominic Mysterio's the king of the luchadores. And two, can we give Chad Gable his motherfucking props, bro? Buddy funny. And I don't even know what to say about, you know what I'm saying, Brutus and his brother.
Julius.
What's they, Julius, what's they,
Julio and Berto. No, Julio and Brutus.
You looking like two masked Kill Billies. Like, come on, fam. What do we do? You know what? I'm just in it for the comedy. And I know, it's some sensitive people out there saying WWE racist for that. No, they're not.
No.
Because if motherfuckers really paid
for
attention,
Kofi Kingston?
You say what?
Were they racist for Kofi Kingston?
Hell yeah, 6 seconds. Fuck them bitches for that. Fuck whoever booked that.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Nah, how they did Kofi Kingston when he lost in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar.
I'm not talking about
Fuck
that.
Whoever. Oh.
I'm talking about when he was on the Jamaican accent thing.
Yeah, that was some bullshit too. Even Triple H called that shit out. Like, ain't you supposed to be Jamaican? I
seen the promo when they did that. Triple H like, wait, you just started talking to them regular and everything. He's just like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be Jamaican? And they all took a pause real quick, and then Sean's like, wait, hold on, we're getting a little off track here. Kofi's right. Accents aside, Kofi's right.
Now have I seen WWE make fun of racism and shit? Yes, I done seen, but I have also seen things that I done seen them, you know, a few bookings that I thought was kind of crazy and racist. You know, when they handcuffed Roman and made him eat that dog food that time.
I didn't see that.
I thought that was crazy. But he ain't eat the dog food per se, but you know, they was pouring it all over him and smashing it in his face and stuff.
Before we go into the main event promo, Paige and Brie come out, say they're ready for a fight. Where's the Judgment Day? Raquel and Roxanne come out and trash talk them. Shenanigans happens as Liv backs up Raquel and Roxanne, and they pose on them.
Can we get them tag titles off of them, please? Please.
Who you
Paige, baby,
who you want it on?
bruh, the irresistible forces.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even settle for Judgment Day right now, as
Mm.
long as it ain't them. So, Paige, baby, if you're listening, ditch that dead weight. That's all we saying. We missed you, though.
Think she should have went for the IC title.
Bro, that's why I thought Paige was coming back to make either the IC title or the United States title relevant.
It is what it is. You know, they needed a fill in, and they got their fill in for their tag match.
Right, but I feel like they making Paige look weak in all actuality. Even though I know she's not, and I know she got go in that ring, it's just, I don't want to say Brie Bella, even though it's the truth, I don't want to say Brie Bella lost a step, but she ain't young anymore. She's a soccer mom now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying nothing bad about my soccer moms because I love y'all. Y'all are needed and wanted. But these new generation of women is, they kind of built like that. So I can imagine what the generation under this generation about to do. Matter of fact, look at Lash Legend. Case in point. You saw how she just stared down Rhea Ripley the other day. Gave me goosebumps.
Well, certainly did. But I was mostly distracted by one of the audience members staring down Rhea.
Yawning. Crazy word, bro.
In 4K. Damn
And,
near
for,
broke his back and neck.
and you know what's crazy?
What?
He gonna go down in history as the top going in the WWE. That is crazy.
I don't know if he's going to be the top one in WWE, but top one of the year, definitely. I think there's
Nah, the one
there might
dude.
be
Nah, the
worse
top.
cases.
No, I was about to say the one top going is the one dude who was stalking was Sonya Deville. My bad. I'm wilding. I forgot about that for a second.
Oh, the one that broke into her house?
Yeah. Buddy wilding.
I can't forget about Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I forgot about
Restraining order, all that.
bro, these motherfuckers be breaking in their house to sniff their panties allegedly. That is crazy.
Mentally fucking ill. Go on to the main promo we're all here for. The Acknowledgement Ceremony.
Let me ask you a question. Did you think Jacob was gonna really acknowledge this man?
No, I thought it was gonna be a whole flip, and it was going to be the Usos aligning themselves with Jacob.
Man, I would have gave you that, but
It would have been a crazy reverse on the acknowledgement tour because it's like, nah, we acknowledge Jacob now.
it would have been crazy. But Jacob laid everybody out, and that was crazy to me. Like,
either way, it was crazy.
Yeah, and he made Roman look weak. He made the Usos look weak, and I'm here for it. I am here for it because now what are y'all gonna do next week?
And it's like
game time now.
He just won at Backlash, right? Roman just won at Backlash, and he looked weak after the match. Despite him winning, he still looked weak. And then not even the next week, but on Raw, after the win, healed up, rested up, comes back still. And not just you, the Usos?
Hold on. We not about to act like we ain't about to act like
Twice
he
in
ain't
one
just take
night?
out. All right, you know what I'm saying? And then hold on, let's not stop there. Let's not stop there. Not last week, but the week before. What he took out Tonga. The week before that, he took out the rest of the MFTs. He didn't, bro. He didn't. If you really sit back and think about it, storyline wise, this
And he
motherfucker
took
done went
out
through the
Tala, took out
whole.
Tunga Loy, took out Tama, took out JC.
That's what I'm saying. He took out the whole MFTs, bro.
And beat Solo Sikoa on top of that with no assistance.
So they really building him. I don't know what they building him to, but first of all, you taking out the MFTs was a feat in itself. Now you just took out Roman and the Usos.
Yeah, I mean, if he could take out 4 people, why can't he take out 3?
You look, the Usos, like I know the Usos and Roman a little bit more seasoned. I wasn't expecting that. Now, ask me, am I here for the drama? Yes. Now, my thing is, Jacob said something last night that was very telling that I think was a seed that was planted. He said he gonna have to beat his ass or beat him or beat
the
that acknowledgement out of him.
into him, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. The run that Jacob on right now, you do know that might have to what happened, but it's too many factors in this for me to be like, well, I think Jimmy and Jay about to get back in this too, because you know they gonna definitely try to get their get back for next week, or even Thursday, or it's just not Thursday, but Friday. They even gonna try to get their get
No,
back.
but this is the thing. Jacob has a reasonable argument.
Now he got a reasonable argument,
No, no, no,
but
no,
what I'm
no. This
saying,
this is the reasonable argument. He didn't put hands on Jay until Jay put hands on him. He didn't put his hands on Jimmy until Jimmy tried to approach him to stop him.
either way it go, that shit was crazy.
Like, you know, Jay probably, if Jay never put his hands on him to stop him the way he did, and he would have walked out and kept trying to talk to him, Jacob probably would have never put his hands on him.
I can see that. But the one thing I will say though, that brawl was crazy. Roman beating him with that chair was crazy.
Just when you thought he had the upper hand, he did not.
You know, now I honestly do think that because Roman just got this championship, right? And we know he ain't about to lose. You know, we know how WWE booking. The only credible threat, realistically speaking, was Jacob Fatu for him right now, right? So
The only one? I don't
for
know
the
about
run that
that.
Roman's on right now, who like when Roman get going,
Oh,
bruh,
bah. Oh, bah. Oh, bah.
I don't know why, but I think they're gonna keep Oba away from Roman for a while.
I know that, but you said there was no credible threats, and I'm like, none?
But you know, like I know they keeping Oba away from Roman.
For
That's a
now.
WrestleMania. That's a
Because
WrestleMania.
the
That's
thing is,
WrestleMania. That's WrestleMania all over
you wanna
again.
know what the messed up part is? I think they're doing that because he said he's back for the whole summer. And the
Hmm.
run that he's on right now is I gotta be a man of my word and not break promises. And I told those people in the post show at Mania, I'm there for the whole summer. I gotta be here for at least the whole summer. I'll drop the title after the summer, but I gotta at least be there the whole summer, full time.
I don't even think he's gonna drop the title. I think he might go back to just doing how he used to, like pop up 2, 3 times a month. You know what I'm saying? And you know, had that 1 or 2 weeks off. Punk did it, and we didn't notice for real. The only time Punk really had to put in work was when him and Roman was, you know, because you can't have two part timers. But then think about what Punk was
Somebody
doing.
said 2 part-timers.
Punk is a part timer.
Now that man taking much needed personal time off after the fucking week he had.
But
Them fans is,
I'm
I ain't
not
gonna lie
saying
to
it.
you. Them fans is
I'm not saying
ridiculous.
nothing. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. But let's be honest. I would rather see him Punk be a part timer and I keep getting classic matches like WrestleMania than he get burnt out, bro. I don't know. I know I'll be talking my shit and I'll be trolling, but I literally would rather see Roman. You know the way they, you know how they doing him. Make even if you just have him appear, that's cool with me, nigga. He don't gotta wrestle.
But this is the thing. You're gonna have because it's a large group of them, right? You're gonna have the Roman haters flooding the comments.
Bruh, they need to find something to hate on.
For
Because let's be honest, I was one of the main people saying I didn't want Roman to win the belt, right? But when he won the belt, I wasn't mad.
because look at
Because
what we're getting.
exactly, because I knew we were still gonna get good matches.
Only thing you was worried about was how
Was he
often is he
gonna
gonna
be a
clock
part
in.
time was you gonna be a part timer during the summer when you're needed? You're needed now. Because let's be real, everybody attention span about to be outside somewhere. And we know WWE ain't probably gonna get real hot again until what? I wanna say Thanksgiving,
September.
around Survivor Series. September St. Yeah, SummerSlam. Thank you.
Like September, October.
So it would make sense to have Roman on TV every week up until SummerSlam, especially during June and July months. You feel me?
Most certainly do. If you enjoyed the video, please acknowledge the subscribe and like button. Old Man Jenkins.
Stay hydrated and remember, watch these videos to the end because you never know. One day we might do a giveaway.
Thank you for your time.